Hello, friends. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday to everybody. This is Achieving Wellness. I'm Dozen Katz, aka Kelly, and we are here today because we rescheduled the program from last night, which is our regular time, to talk about different things that we can do to help us navigate the winter blahs or the January blues or the winter blues. It has many different names. I know I suffer from it, so I'm sure that others do as well. So let's just take a moment and let everybody pop in. I don't know if the notice has gone or not. It's different being here on a Thursday afternoon. Hi, Gina. Hi, Meter. Hi, Cardamancy. So just a couple of things to mention before we get into it. So coming up tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Dr. Lena Rodriguez joining us for another segment of interrogation. So that's like a roundtable discussion about all things tarot related. Hi, Libra Lady. Hi, Gina M. Hi, Patricia. It's good to see everybody. So, Lena Rodriguez here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. I am thrilled that she's coming to visit. So I hope that everyone can tune in for that. And on Sunday, we normally have our Sunday Connection show at 3 p.m. Eastern. This week, we will be on Nancy Jean's channel. So everybody tune in for that. We'll be doing past life readings. Nancy Jean will put a post up probably Friday or Saturday morning. If you have any questions, pop them into the comment section underneath her community post. And that way there you can be assured to get your question answered. So, here we are. So, how's everybody doing? Let's start with that. We here in Ontario are bracing for yet another winter storm. Freezing rain, ice pellets, about 7 or 8 inches of snow. Yay. Anywho, it is what it is. It's winter time. So it seems appropriate to be doing this today because of the storm. So right now we're sitting at a comfortable -2. Not too bad. It's a lot better than it was last weekend, friends. It was -23. It was crazy. Anyway, enough complaining about the weather. So some things that we can do to help us with the winter blues. And I want to say that I went through, looking at the internet, and it was hysterical to me that I kept finding the same things, sleep well, eat right. I mean, all of those things we kind of already know, right? Take care of yourself, that kind of thing. And so I thought, okay, I need to go deeper, obviously. So I just want you to know, I do have some cards on the table. And for those of you that have been following me for a long time, this is going to be like an oracles and chat kind of movement. I may not toss cards. I may toss cards. It just sort of depends on where I sort of feel led. But this is what I wanted to start with. So how many people here have difficulty during the winter time? Whether it be, you just feel more sleepy, less energy, or you feel stressed or anxious or whatever the case may be. Hi, Lise. Good to see you. Let me know in the chat how many of you feel that you sort of, are affected by the winter season. Libra Lady says yes. Cardamancy says always. I know I am. And speaking of the winter season and being affected by it, we haven't seen the sun here in probably, 4 or 5 days. So that makes it very difficult when we don't see the sunshine, right? So pretty much everybody. Hi, Ron. So here's an interesting thing that I found. Let's start with colors, because we all love colors, right? And of course, you know I have my trusty color cards here with me, friends. So happy colors, like bright colors and warm kind of colors, right? Yellows, oranges, pinks, and reds. Pastel colors like peach and light pink or lilac. Those colors can all have a really uplifting sort of effect on our overall mood. So, Ron, cover your ears. I'm joking. So, go to the closet and put on one of those beautiful shades of yellow or red or pink, something that invokes a happy mood. For the ladies that are listening, put on a pink bra or pink panties and just make yourself feel good. Buy yourself a bouquet of flowers that have those kind of like spring-like colors in them, and keep them around the home, right? Decorate your home or change your bedding in those kinds of colors to sort of allow yourself to be surrounded by that happy sort of color, if you will. I have like a vase kind of thing on my kitchen table that has fake spring tulips in it. And I put them out because it just makes me happy. Meter says some people need to buy seasonal lights because they never see the sun in the winter. Absolutely. There's a lady that I just literally caught on YouTube. I don't know how she came into my feed, but I'm glad that she did. So she lives somewhere where they are where they have polar nights, and for like I don't know, it's an extraordinary amount of time where there's literally no daylight whatsoever. And it's been fascinating watching her. Just fascinating. There you go, Lise. That's excellent, right? Bought a spring bedspread and pastel green sheets, just to brighten the mood. So while we're on the topic of the colors, I've got the color cards here, and let's see if we can pull one out here that helps us sort of with this conversation. Testing my connection here. Asking Spirit to provide us with a color that will help us boost our overall mood with the January blahs, the winter blahs, the winter blues. A color for the collective, please, Spirit, that will help us as we navigate the winter blues. That wasn't the card that I thought that I was going to get, but we've got Scarlet, which is attract success. So successfully getting rid of the winter blues. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but let's read what Scarlet has to say, because this is why this deck is so fascinating. So Scarlet is a color of passion, success, and vitality that is known for its power, its strength, and its sorry, I lost my place. And its dynamic, I can't say that. Its dynamic quality. It stands out and demands to be noticed. A color of victory, Scarlet allows you to confidently achieve your dreams. Realize your dreams with the power of Scarlet. It says, and I love this. This is the good part about this deck. To attract great opportunities into your life, imagine soaking your feet in scarlet liquid. Then put scarlet socks on your feet. And imagine there are 10 steps to your success in front of you. As you take each step forward, your success, breathe towards your success, breathe in the scarlet energy of power, success, and confidence. Imagine getting closer to your goal with every step until you feel like you have the success you desire. Isn't that interesting? I find it super cool. So, colors. There's decorating. I've said this a couple of times before that I have different colors in my living room. I take all my tchotchkes down, all my knick-knacky kind of things, and I change everything up. And currently we're in the blue phase. So I have all sorts of shades of blue and like silvers and whites. And it just makes me feel it's kind of springy. It's not overly springy, but it reminds me of like the iridescent quality of like snow or ice, right? Blue is a very common color, right? And so that is what I do. When it comes to the springtime, I change it up and I go with like a pinky color, like a cherry blossom color. For summer, I do yellow. And I continuously change it throughout the seasons because it makes me happy to do that. So what are some other things that we can do? Well, we talked about buying a bouquet of flowers. They don't have to be real flowers. They can be fake flowers, right? Because buying real flowers at this time of year, depending on where you live, could be very expensive. It's about the mood that these things help us to invoke, right? So buy yourself some fake plants. Or real plants, depending, right? This is fake. I can't have real plants because my cats eat them, so fake it is. Put some fake plants around. Start yourself a herb garden in the kitchen if you have the space, right? Buy yourself a table water fountain and listen to the sound of the running water. That is a very calming, soothing kind of noise that we all hopefully like to hear. Hopefully it doesn't make you have to make trips to the potty, but you all know what I'm getting at. There are crystals that we can buy or that we probably already have. A quartz crystal, black tourmaline, bloodstone are specifically mentioned as some of the best crystals to use to get past and get through the winter blues. Rose quartz invokes feelings of happiness and sort of like wholeness, right? Unconditional love. The smoky quartz is great for feeling like grounded. So if you can't get outside and you can't get near nature and, you know, can't put your hand on a tree for fear that your hand might freeze to the tree, hematite, smoky quartz, great crystals for grounding. I love that, Lise. That's great. Yeah, blue is a very common color. It's very serene. It's like one of the number one colors that people decorate their rooms with because it's a very like sort of common color. It's like water, right? You can buy now a lot of these things that I'm mentioning cost money, but I do have some tips that don't cost us anything at all. You can buy like a wave machine or a sound machine that provides you with different kinds of sounds, birds and waves and, you know, summer breeze and summer insects chirping and clicking away. Something that you can do that doesn't cost you anything is, you know, turn on YouTube, find a meditation that has someone, or yoga that has someone sitting on a beach, right? They have sounds like, for example, we have coming up on Dozen Cats on February the 5th. Not that I expect anyone to remember that. We have Jodie Roberts coming to visit Dozen Cats. And she is well, first of all, she's amazing. But she has she's like a music frequency sort of reader, right? She has gongs and the sound bowls or the singing bowls and drums, and the sound is so soothing and so calming and just uplifting. And she's going to give us a whole demonstration when she comes. But that's something that you can do. Like, you could go to Jody's channel and watch one of her healing sessions, and just allow yourself, like in the bath kind of idea, right? Allow yourself to just sort of be carried away by that music. You can, dedicate one night every 2 weeks to watch, the Friends reruns and laugh your head off, kind of idea. Some of these things that we can do, we have to lift ourselves up, right? Like I said before about wearing the bright colors and stuff, or the more cheerful colors. You could buy scented candles and that are smelling like citrus, or like oranges or lemons or pineapples or grapefruit, something that makes you, lemonade, something that makes you feel like summery or springy, right? I think one of the worst things to do is to go into the stores, because they've got the spring stuff all out already, and you look at all these pastel-y things, and you're like, it's freezing outside. So it's like this game that you have to play with yourself, right? You can go through magazines and catalogs and clip out pictures and make yourself like a little mood board, a little vision board. And, that's what you focus on. Change the artwork in the house to pictures of past summer vacations or just past outings where there was trees and sunshine and birds. There is a thing actually called sun therapy. Who knew? Now, I'm not telling anyone to go out tanning or anything like that, or, to buy yourself a heat lamp, but, you can look outside the window at the sunshine. If it's too cold for you to go outside, you can, look at pictures of sunsets or sunrises. You can do a visualization where you literally take yourself and transport yourself into a beautiful, sort of sunny, serene, calming, spring, summer, like kind of day, or fall, whatever season, speaks to you. There's lots of things that we can do to help us that are like distractions, right? Like quick fixes. So what's something that we can do to like be able to maintain that and really sort of get us out of that state of mind? Practicing gratitude is a great place to start. Having a positivity journal or a gratitude journal, having a gratitude jar where you write down in the morning or at night the things that you're grateful for. Think of it like a Valentine's Day card to yourself, right? So every day you will pick a note out that you have written or other people in your home have written, and you read it. And they're lovely messages. If you're on social media, you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, right? Post pictures of past summer like scenery, right? Whether it's a shot that you've taken or something that you've seen. It's about a mindset and adopting that mindset, right? The winter makes us want to curl up and cozy up, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it starts feeling like depressing and weighty, that's when we need to like counteract it, right? Have a summer theme like carpet picnic. Once a month, throw yourself a picnic in the living room, and make it like it's summer. Dress up in a Hawaiian skirt or a Hawaiian shirt, put your big straw hat on, or your grass skirt, give yourself a little hula lesson and have fun with it. And as ridiculous as it sounds, it will lift your mood. I mean, maybe you can't afford to go to Hawaii on vacation, right? But there's no reason why you can't stand in the living room and do a hula dance if it brings you joy and makes you happy and makes you think of summer, because that's what it's about, right? What is the point of summer? Summer is bright and it's sunny and it's warm, and that is the feeling that you're trying to bring towards you, right? Instead of the cold sort of feeling. Now, there's also the element of the darkness. So it's about cold and it's about darkness. That's what makes the winter blahs a thing, right? So what do we do for the darkness? Well, open up the blinds, open up the curtains whenever possible. Change artwork and fabrics, as we talked about earlier, to lighter colors, more spring, more cheerful, more happy colors that allow you to sort of move throughout your space and feel that kind of fresh kind of feeling, right? You can change your lighting, even down to the light bulb. So turn on the lights. Put in not cool white, but warm white lighting, right? So everything seems just a little more like glowy, like sunshine, instead of like fluorescent, stark kind of office lights hanging down on you. Because that feels cold. It feels sort of impersonal, if you will. Hi, Gertrude. What was the next thing I was going to say? And I just totally lost my track of thought. Don't you love it when that happens, friends? I'm seeing if it's coming back to me. It's not. Sorry. And the show is over. I'm joking. Look at the card that just came out. The flowers, the beautiful pastel-y pink color. It's comfort, right? Maybe you crochet, maybe you knit, maybe you draw. So crochet yourself something using spring-like colors. Knit something for yourself to wear. Like maybe you can make yourself a shawl or a poncho or some dishcloths that will have like sunflowers on them or something of that nature. Maybe you draw, so sketch out, a bowl filled with bright colored fruit, or, a lovely beach scene. There's so many things that you can do that don't cost a whole lot of money. Really, it's about surrounding yourself with light, happy, cheerful elements, right? Lee says, I have white blinds that are perfect instead of viewing cold rays. My situation, that's all I'm saying. Make some nice soup, comfort, hot chocolate. Yeah. See, all of those things that you mentioned, Lisa, are fabulous and they are comforting. And that's what this is about, right? It's about making you feel more comfortable. It's important to, obviously, I'm not a medical doctor, so, take this under advisement for entertainment purposes only. Get your vitamin D level checked. Because that can affect the mood, right? The sun being not out, as has been my case here where I live. We want to increase the vitamin D, right? You can buy tapes. You can listen to tapes on YouTube, not tapes, but videos on YouTube of nature. Turn on the nature channel if you have it. listen to the birds chirping, having the birds chirping in the background. I do that sometimes and the cats freak out. They don't like it at all, but it makes me happy because we haven't heard birds in a bit. Here, try to go outside as often as you can. Sometimes it's okay just to look outside the window. If you physically can't go outside, because it's too cold, it's okay to stand by the window. But just to feel like you're a part of what's going on, right? We've got energy. That whole idea of going outside, being outside, looking outside, watching the living things, knowing that the things outside that are underneath the frozen ground, that are underneath the blanket of snow, are literally waiting patiently, just as you are, for the sun to shine again, for the temperatures to warm up, and for them to be able to sprout and blossom and bloom. It's, if you think about it in a way, it's kind of like Christmas Day, right? So, or your birthday. You're waiting for the day. You're counting down the days on the calendar, or New Year's, any kind of celebration like that, right? You're waiting for the days. You're counting them down, like, 10 more sleeps, 8 more sleeps. And so as you do that, as you look outside, and instead of looking outside and seeing bleak and it's all like gray and dull and like lifeless, look out the window at that same scene that you just looked at and say to yourself, oh, I wonder what's going on underneath that level, that layer of snow. I wonder how that tree feels. I bet you they're all excited, the roots, they're getting ready to blossom, right? Try to make it a half full, not a half empty. And that literally can help change your whole mood. It's like you found like a secret somehow. Do you know what I mean? My cats are not happy at all, like at all. I open the door a crack. My door is open right now, a crack, because I love the fresh air. And they literally can't get their head in the window, so they don't like it. In the living room, the window's open a crack, and they're like we can't. So the point that I'm making is even the animals feel it. Lee says that's great too, having pets that need and want to play. 100%, right? Libra Lady says, one of my cats sits in front of the TV for me to play bird videos. I listen to the birds while I work, and she tries to get the birds in the TV. Do you know, every time, we don't leave the house very often, meaning at the same time, and leave the cats alone. But we have been doing this more often. And that's what we do. We put the nature channel on, and they're all over the television trying to catch whatever's on the TV. Then again, my cats watch hockey games and races, so what does that say about them? I don't know. If you do have to go outside, and this is an interesting thing, who here has issues with the cold? Who doesn't like the cold? I mean, I happen to enjoy the cold temperatures or the cooler temperatures. I like cold winter weather better than I do summer, if I was being honest. Heat and I don't really get along. Also, I live in Canada, so I'm used to it. Doesn't mean that I like it, but I'm used to it. So as long as I'm comfortable and prepared for it, and I think that helps a great deal in terms of you feeling like you can't go outside. Speaking from someone who doesn't go outside, and that's a lot, right? So I have snow pants, so they're like thermal pants. I have, a parka. I have my mitts, my scarf, my jacket, proper boots, so that I stay warmer longer. And that's the point that I was trying to make, right? If you don't like cold, if you feel affected by the cold, nobody wants to look out the window or the front door or whatever and see, blowing, snowing, look at the weather and it's like, oh my gosh, it's minus whatever, there's knee up to my ankles and like, yikes. Nobody wants to go out in that. But if we have to go out, then be prepared, right? Make yourself as comfortable as possible. Make sure that you're dressed appropriately. Make sure that you have, warm footwear to make sure that your feet stay warm at all times. It's really important. Make sure that you have a hat on your head to keep the heat inside and not let it escape. That's why we wear hats. Or that's why we should be wearing hats. Let's put it that way. So the point that I'm trying to make is, you can make it enjoyable or more comfortable or more manageable. Perhaps there is a sport or a form of exercise that you think would be interesting. For example, there are the walking skis. There are, go tobogganing. Just go for a walk there's nothing more beautiful and serene, I think, than going for a walk at nighttime when the snow is just falling. It's like walking inside of a snow globe. It's beautiful. It feels very magical. And I love the feeling of being allowed to be out in that weather, if that makes sense. Well, that would be great, Lisa, if it could be 70s all the time, right? Unfortunately, Mother Nature doesn't think so. And yes, obviously, hi, Pierrette, by the way. Yeah, obviously when we were younger, it was a lot more fun. But it doesn't mean that we can't have fun. You could go snowshoeing. It may seem like a lot of work. If you lived in an apartment, for example, 12 floors up, and you had to like get dressed and all that gear and take the elevator down just to go outside for 10 minutes, maybe have a balcony. It's important though to get a little bit of fresh air. Libra Lady says, don't like the cold, but dress for it. I have pretty faux fur for going out, so dressing up is more fun. I work remotely, so don't get out a lot, but when I do, I feel good. Absolutely. That's what you got to do, right? It's no different. This is self-care on a different level. That's really what we're talking about, right? We have to do things to make ourselves happy and to keep ourselves happy, right? So read a book. Read a book that's about summer. Read a book about gardening. Plan your garden, right? Sit down with a sheet of paper and plan out. Go on different websites that are designs for gardens and create yourself a garden. You don't even have to ever plant it, but look it up, figure it out, right? Maybe you want to start a vegetable garden. Now's the time to do that kind of research, right? To surround yourself in that setting is the thing that's going to make you happy, right? That's the thing that's going to bring you joy. It's going to bring you excitement and something to look forward to. Hi, Grace. Thank you for popping in, my friend. Appreciate you. So, what else can we say about trying to help us through the winter blues? I think the thing that I want to say that I think is just as important as all the tips is not to ignore it. If you start to feel some sort of way, if you recognize that your mood is low, that you're feeling sluggish, that you're feeling tired, don't slough it off. Don't be like, oh, I'm just tired. Pay attention to that and try to counteract that. No different than if you felt like you were getting a cold. You would try to make yourself a tea or some tea with honey or, whatever. Do you understand what I mean? Try to not ignore that feeling and push through it. Try to go, okay, I recognize this. I'm going to try to help myself. That's when you go to the sock drawer and you put on a pair of, pink socks, or you go to the underwear drawer and you put on your pink bra. And when you're walking around going, nobody knows, but I know, and I feel springy. You know what I mean? Or change your bed sheets, like Lise said that she did, because that literally can boost your mood every time that you walk into your room. All right. Hi, Thomas. So we can get, beautiful smelling candles, as we said. Oh, I know the other thing that I wanted to see. I said smelling candles, and then I went right in my mind. Food. So in the wintertime, we eat like comfort food. We don't eat the same kind of things that we have in the summertime, mostly because they're not readily available and because, they cost an awful lot of money. Now, here is something that you can do. You can make cabbage soup, right? Root vegetables that are readily available. Cabbage soup is very light. It does not feel like you're, eating, a pound of macaroni and cheese kind of thing. And it's just as soothing and just as comforting. And it's well known to be a very calorie and sort of weight friendly kind of food. The point I'm making is that it's filled with vegetables. It's really good for you. It's low in calories and it's filling, it's comforting, but there's something about the vegetable part that makes you feel less like you're eating a pound of macaroni and cheese, if that makes sense. Make yourself a lemon loaf, right? Make yourself some muffins, something that has some fruit or some nuts in it. Make yourself some granola, or have granola, right? Maybe splurge one time in a month and buy yourself like a frozen bag of, berries or fruit, and make yourself some fruit tarts, or some like a loaf of some kind, like a lemon loaf or a banana bread or something of that nature. Just to sort of help you feel like you're not missing out and that you're not doing without and that you have these things around you, if that makes sense. No, I love it, Lise. Listen, I love it when you interact. Me sitting here talking to myself is not much fun. So interact till your heart's content. Oh, do you, Grace? That's interesting. I mean, because there's so many things that are readily available in the summer and in the spring that, that just aren't during the winter time. So if you crave grapefruit, and grapefruit, say it isn't readily available, or it isn't, it's too expensive, maybe you buy yourself a grapefruit scented candle, or some sort of, incense that you can burn, so that you can at least smell the grapefruit, right? Maybe you buy something that has a grapefruit on it, a piece of art or something like that. I know it sounds like a reach, but these are little things that we can do because it makes us happy. And that, I don't care what the reason is that you feel low, whether it's because of the weather, whether it's because of the temperature, whether it's because something's happened at work, something's happened in your family, something's happened to you, the energy shift, whatever it is, when you feel low, you pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. So let us move to the Cat Wisdom deck, because the Cat Wisdom deck always provides some entertainment for me. I think the pictures are adorable. While I have everyone here, I just want everyone to know that tomorrow night, Dr. Lena Rodriguez is here from Tarot Down Under, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for our segment Interrogation. Okay. Interrogation is a roundtable discussion about all things tarot related. So if you want to know about tarot reading, tarot cards, how to shuffle, what decks to buy, what suit gives you a hard time, things of that nature, please tune in for that. There is a post on the community tab right now. If you have questions that you want us to answer for you, feel free to leave those on the community tab, and we will do our best to get them in there. On Sunday, for Sunday Connections, that's at 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be on Nancy Jean's channel, so Nancy Jean's Garden, and we'll be doing past life readings at Nancy Jean's Garden. Nancy will be putting a post up on probably Saturday, and asking if anyone has any questions, so you can put your questions in there. We have lots of exciting things coming up. Not that I expect anyone to remember these things, but I'm just going to mention a few things while I have you all here. So, and these are in no particular order, just as they come to my brain. The first week, next Sunday, not the 22nd, but the 29th, we have Lady Soul coming for Sunday Connections, and we'll be doing some mediumship and some reading. So we look forward to that. Ivana will be back to do the February Zodiac readings. We have Allie from Heart and Soul Connected joining us for the first Friday in February to do Thank Spirit, It's Friday. I am so excited. I just got confirmation last night. I'm so excited about this little segment that we've created. It's just so fun. We have a segment. I like to name everything because it helps me to develop an idea or a plan, if that makes sense. And we're calling this segment the A-Team. It's just chat and cards, so you come and you ask your questions. And the A-Team is made up of me, Ivana, Intuitive, Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, Angela Cartomancy Mesquite, and Anna Banana. And so they're going to join me next Friday, I think it is. We'll just do some chat and cards. It'll be fun, right? What else? Oh, we have Jody Roberts coming on the first weekend in February for Sunday Connections. Jody Roberts is like a music frequency sort of specialist. She is absolutely phenomenal. She's got like 10 gongs. She's got these beautiful singing bowls, drums. It's just absolutely amazing what she can do. And so I look forward to that. I'm very excited to meet her. We have some other things coming up that I can't quite share just quite yet. But the month of February, last year we did the month of February, which was all positivity. And so everything that we did had that sort of underlying theme. This year, the underlying theme is matters of the heart. So what is matters of the heart? It's joy, it's abundance, it's love, it's unconditional love, it's gratitude, it's healing, it's wholeness, it's oneness, it's self-care, it's those types of ideas, and they will be the underlying topics of everything that we do. And I'm very excited because for those of you that have followed me for a long time, when I first started my channel, I did oracles in chat where I would literally sit here for hours on end, and you all would join me in the chat, and we would share, and we would talk, and we would toss some cards, and I'd be bringing back a version of that where there's no plan, there's no schedule. It's just whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to share. So I'm excited about that. I love these cards. We have fullness and give thanks. Hi, honey. Everybody say hi to my husband, which is so sweet that he pops in from work. Honey, we need milk and pop. And you better drive home safely before the snow comes. We are awaiting yet another snowstorm, friends. So we have fullness and giving thanks. We have wisdom and let your light shine. And I think this one is interesting because we've got the hunter, stay with the process. So staying with the process, as is anything, self-care, self-love, working on a healing journey, all of those things that we do, they're not quick fixes. They're not Band-Aids. They are a process that we must sort of adopt and make a part of our routine, whether it be daily, weekly, or monthly. Do you know what I mean? And it's important to remember that, so that you don't have false expectations in terms of, Kelly said that this was going to work and I lit the candle and I let it burn for 4 hours and I don't feel any better. But that was on Sunday that you did it and it's now Tuesday, right? If you understand what I'm saying. Thank you, honey. My husband is the greatest, honestly. Not saying anyone else's husband isn't awesome, but I am very lucky that I have such a supportive and understanding husband. Well, I was just going to say, so you heard it here first, folks. I'm creating a website, dozencatswellnesstarot.com, to help with, different bookings and so forth. And so anyone who's listening now or who'll be listening in the future to this, I'm very excited about the website. And if you've ever received a private reading from me, or you're just a subscriber that enjoys the channel, I would really appreciate it if you wanted to write some sort of a testimonial and email it to me. With your permission, I would post it on the website. I would be very grateful if that could happen. Right? I don't want to reach out and select people. I would like people to feel that they could, that they wanted to do it. So no pressure. Oh, thank you, Grace. You're very kind. I appreciate you, my friend. So what else do I have to say? So yeah, lots of exciting things going on in the month of February. And I only mention those because I was just doing some things for the schedule. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, thank you, Grace. Yes. Yeah, if you want a private reading, all you need to do is reach out to me via email. My email is in the description box below this video. And just put reading request in the subject line. The price for the reading is done by donation. So whatever you can afford. I don't want people to feel like they can't afford a reading if they feel that they need one. And we will get you looked after. And of course, the website is coming soon. We have lots of great things coming up. And of course, if anyone wants to talk about a particular topic, but they don't necessarily feel comfortable putting it in the chat, if someone has a topic that is near and dear to their heart or something that they're struggling with, feel free to email me and make a suggestion. And I'm never going to say that the suggestion came from you unless you want me to say that, because I'm here to help if I can. And so you know, all of the suggestions and the ideas are greatly appreciated, right? Any of those kind of things are very helpful. Lets me know what you want to know. And of course, I don't want to jinx it, because the last time I did this, I jinxed myself, it seems. But we have just hit the 800 subscriber mark. And there really are no words. There are no words to express my gratitude and my appreciation for each and every one of the people that follow me, because it's not just about the joy that it brings me. It's about the feeling that I have every time it's going to make me cry. Every time I turn this camera on and we sit together in this format, this channel has changed my life and provided me with cause for celebration, and provided my life with a purpose, and filled me with joy more than I could have ever hoped for, and more than I did hope for many years. And so thank you doesn't seem appropriate or good enough, but I do. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support and the love and the friendship and the connection that we all share. And, I hope it never stops. I hope that, the sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned. And I don't mean that in terms of numbers of subscribers. I mean, the sky's the limit in terms of what we can accomplish together, right? You guys inspire me, and you motivate me, and you support me. And I'm so grateful, and I hope that I can continue to give that to you as well. It's very much a give and take here at Dozen Cats, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you kindly for believing in me. As my mama always said, we must believe, we must believe. So, friends, I'm going to end it here, so I don't end the broadcast in tears, because that's not great. But thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you found some of the tips helpful. Again, not to beat a dead horse, but that's a bad analogy. Sorry, I apologize for that. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Dr. Lena Rodriguez for Interrogation. And Sunday, we will be on with Nancy Jean at Nancy Jean's Garden. And make sure that you have the notification bell checked off, so that you know whenever I upload a new video. I do have a video that I'm putting out later on today that I thought was a really powerful reading, and it was important to me to do. So I hope that you guys have a chance to look at that. And of course, tomorrow morning we will have our weekend reading that goes up. If you happen, I do want to mention this before I go. If you guys do happen to watch the daily videos that I do, so weekly wellness is on Mondays, then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is a daily video, and then Friday is the weekend video that's for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you do watch those, please leave a comment. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up. I've been noticing lately that the views are going down, and people aren't watching them for the amount of time that they once did. So maybe they're too long, maybe they're too short. I don't know. And I want to make sure that the content that we put out here is helpful and inspiring and motivational, and that you get what you're looking for. So if it's not what you're looking for, be gentle and be kind in your criticisms, if that's what you have. But let me know if you want me to change it up or do something different. I'm open to doing that, because it's a lot of work to put them out, and I don't want to put them out if it's not what people are looking for. So I just wanted to say that. Hi, Vivian. I want to just acknowledge. So Libra Lady sending hearts and hugs. Pierrette is sending hugs. Rose Blue says, Kelly, I want to thank you helping me through hugs. Cardamancy says, thank you, Kelly. You guys are going to make me cry. Lee says, you do, Kelly. You are so inspiring. Grace says, I thank you for being such an inspiration and wanting the best for everyone. You guys are awesome. Truly. And now you're making me cry. Well, you're not making me cry. I'm just crying. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. So if you happen to know a friend that you think that might benefit from something that we do here at Dozen Cats, please do feel free to share the channel information with them. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and never in my wildest imagination did I ever think that that was something that was even in my wheelhouse. But here we are. So thank you. I think we need a card. That's what I think. I think we need a card. Postcard from Spirit card, to be exact, is what I think that we need. I don't know how I'm going to read the postcard from Spirit because I'm tearing up. Can I just tell you guys that I really needed this today? Thank you. Oh, that's not a good look. Bear with me 1 second. All right. I apologize. It's not a good look when you've got, makeup running down your face, leaving colored streaks. All right. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Message for the collective, please, Spirit. All right, this is our card. This is the back side of the card, or the front side of the card. These are called postcards from Spirit. It's a lovely, like a rose. And here is the message on the card. Dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without condition, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, or better, or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. What an awesome message. So when faced with a decision or faced with a feeling, a reactionary emotion, this card that Spirit gave us today is asking us to ask, what would love do? How would love react to this? How would love handle this? That's really awesome. Really awesome. My friends, thank you. Thank you ever so much. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Oh, hi, Kiba. We're just finishing up, my dear, but it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Don't forget, again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Dr. Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under will be here Sunday for Sunday Connections at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're on Nancy Jean's channel, which is Nancy Jean's Garden. So I hope to see you all there. I send you lots of love and many blessings. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. And until we see each other again, mwah, from me to you. Many blessings, my friend. Bye, everybody. Take care.